Firstly, thank you for the talk. It was really interesting. So first of all, like it seems like AI is like a very interdisciplinary subject. Clearly, you mentioned a lot of like psychologists and like even like what I've read is like algorithms, like genetic algorithms and everything have been derived from like biology and everything. But it seems like AI has been a core to CS classes only, even in like universities. So like, how much of the like, do you think like only a computer scientist who has only a CS background will actually excel in a subject like AI? And if not, then how much of an interdisciplinariness do you think it's required? Like taking one or two, like taking psych classes is good enough, or like actually double majoring in psych and CS, or like similar field will be a better idea?
That's a good question. I think AI is a huge field. In fact, sometimes one subfield of AI and the kinds of words they use, the vocabulary they use, the kinds of techniques they use, and another subfield of AI, they have nothing in common except the high level umbrella philosophy. I remember going to IIIs and IITs where there will be 8 parallel tracks, and I may be interested in 2 or 3 of them, and when I go to a different track, I will have no idea what is going on. So, yes, there is a psychology side to AI, but you do not have to study psychology in order to do AI. You can actually do AI starting from where you are, as long as you have some of the core elements of the field, and the core elements of field that come from computer science and also come from statistics and probability, right. And so, as long as you have those 2 backgrounds in detail, in depth, then I think you can start out. Moreover, if you have some other background, like suppose you had linguistics background, then you would be a perfect person to do natural language processing, because there AI gets applied to text and various languages. On the other hand, if you had background in healthcare, then you can work on healthcare applications for AI. So, basically what we need is, if you are innovating on the core technology, then the basics are in computer science as well as in math. And if you are working on applications, then some of these ideas come together in context of a certain application. So, yes, the field is extremely interdisciplinary, but the field is interdisciplinary more because it has applications to that some other field, or because at some point they borrowed some elements from another field. For example, Markov decision processes, I said, right, that is a formalism that we use in reinforcement learning, but it actually came from the operations research community way back in the 60s. But now MDPs has been part of AI and we have incorporated it. So, you need not have operations research way of looking at MDPs, you can learn MDPs right away in the AI school, in the AI classes. Now, another point that you mentioned is that AI classes are core only for computer science, and I think that is a challenge, and I think AI needs to be taught to broader audience. I in IIT-Delhi, for example, often find students outside computer science and teach them as much as I am able to, given the popularity of the class. And that is not only true for AI, I would say this should also be done for machine learning and maybe some of the other techniques that are developed. So, more people get to know about it and they can start using it in their